join me as I ride Amtrak on a 12-hour train trip from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania to Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm Ralph from Ralph's Trip Reports, and welcome to this week's video. And good morning, and welcome back to the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. Today, we start a 3-part Amtrak series. Earlier in the year, I posted the Amtrak Stranded Me in Canada video, where I had to book last-minute travel after they literally stranded me in another country. After that was filmed in August of 2023, I received a $250 travel voucher. Fast forward to February 2024. I'm in Denver getting ready to use the voucher to ride Amtrak's California Zephyr, when, wouldn't you know it, canceled again. So this morning, join me as I ride Amtrak's Carolinan from Philadelphia to Charlotte, North Carolina. Let's head over to 30th Street Station and climb aboard the train. 30th Street Station was built for the Pennsylvania Railroad in 1933 and is still a major hub for Amtrak today, with all of its trains on the Keystone and Northeast corridors, as well as some long-distance services passing through. A check of the departure board shows that our train, Carolinan number 79 to Charlotte, is operating as on time. And here's our train. Leading us this morning for at least part of our journey is ACS 64 number 607. Let's climb aboard and get going. As we depart 30th Street, let's take a look at the map for this mammoth journey to North Carolina. Train number 79 originates daily in New York City's Moynihan Train Hall. Departing Philadelphia, we speed down Amtrak's Northeast Corridor at high speeds up to 135 miles an hour, passing through towns of Wilmington and Baltimore before arriving on the lower levels of Washington Union Station. After completing the engine swap, we will proceed on the CSX trackage to head south into Virginia, passing through towns such as Alexandria, Fredericksburg, Ashland, and Richmond. After Richmond, we'll pass through Petersburg before crossing the state line of North Carolina. After the state line, we'll pass through major towns such as Rocky Mount, Raleigh, Durham, Greensboro, and finally into Charlotte, North Carolina. Our mammoth journey will cover approximately 615 miles with a travel time of 12 hours and 30 minutes. What's up, guys? So I'm on board the train in the restroom. So you're wondering, why aren't you shooting out the window? Well, because when I got on the train in Philly, the attendant assigned seats, and I said, oh, I'd like a window. He said, okay, here you go. I get to the seat, it's not a window. So let's head back to the seat, and hopefully we'll get a window soon. Well, there is still good news. Even though I don't have a window seat, I took a trip recently with family on the Northeast Regional, and I just didn't feel like that video had enough for a trip report. So, here's some footage from that trip southbound on a clear summer day. Now that we're approaching Washington Union Station, let me explain what's about to happen here. We're pausing here in Washington so the crews can complete an engine swap. So the engines must switch here from diesel to electric. So what's going to happen is they're going to take the electric engine off and the diesel engine will come up and couple to the front of the train. Just like that, there goes the electric locomotive. Here's our engine. Leading us the rest of the way to Charlotte is P42DC number 201. I would have filmed the diesel engine coming onto the front of the train. However, the crew asked for us to reboard so we can promptly depart Washington after the engine has been swapped. After passing through the tunnels, we get a great view of the Capitol building and the Washington Memorial as we cross the river out of Washington, D.C. We are now on CSX freight trackage, which could lead to delays as Amtrak trains do not have priority on these tracks. I should also note that here in Fredericksburg is one of the last stops of the Virginia Railway Express. We've been sharing tracks with the Virginia Railway Express, or VRE, since Union Station. I figured I would make it lunchtime. For lunch today, I grabbed a white Vermont cheddar mac and cheese, my absolute favorite Amtrak cafe car meal. For $7.50, you can't beat it. The portions are great and it was delicious. As we pass through Ashland, Virginia, we see a neat sight that you don't get to see on a lot of Amtrak trains, passing right down the middle of the street through town. It was very neat to have cars on both sides of us as we traveled through the downtown area. So what's up, guys? We reached Richmond, the second scheduled fresh air / smoke break. We got in a little early, so we were here for about 15 minutes. Trip's going pretty well. To compensate for the no window, I spent some time in the cafe car. So get back to the seat and keep going down the line to Charlotte. And now that we take the siding, here comes Amtrak's northbound Carolinan, train number 80, up to New York City. Now let's take a look at the Wi-Fi on board today's train. The Wi-Fi was okay as far as speeds. I was able to watch some videos at some point, but it is spotty depending on where you are, so just plan for that. We've now reached Petersburg. This is the last town in Virginia before we cross the state line into North Carolina. And welcome to North Carolina. Shockingly, we still have another 5 hours to go before we reach Charlotte. I should also mention that this train is partially run by the North Carolina Department of Transportation in conjunction with Amtrak. The state-supported route really helps fund the train and keep it going, although it doesn't really need it, as our train from start to finish seemed to be sold out everywhere you looked. Well, finally, after 8 long hours and spending a lot of the time in the cafe car, some people are getting off in Raleigh, and for the final stretch to Charlotte, I'll have a window seat, which is wonderful. You see it right here. We are about to pull into Raleigh here in about 10 minutes, so we'll get out on the platform there, and then it's on to Greensboro and Charlotte. A couple more hours still left on the trip. It's been a long day.
So that we will be arriving in Raleigh, North Carolina. If this is your scheduled station stop, please take the time to check your surroundings. And overhead luggage rack.
Now that the window seat has opened up and I can get a whole row to myself, let's take a look at the seats on today's train. Above you, you have two individual reading lights. Coming down onto the seat, you see the massively sized tray table. The tray table actually comes down and extends. And I can say this is big enough to put a laptop on to work, but not to work and eat. Below the seat, you'll find a seat back pocket, which only houses the safety information card. To the right of that, you will find two 120-volt outlets to charge your devices. The only downfall of this route is that they send the Amfleet 2 cars and not the Amfleet 1s. And welcome to Greensboro, North Carolina, home of famous travel YouTuber Jeb Brooks.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, next stop will be Kannapolis in 15 minutes. Please do not wait till the last minute to get to the door. Apparently people are not listening for the announcements and almost missing their stops. Or missing their stops in some cases.
What's up? Hour number 12 since we left Philadelphia. It's currently about 12 hours in. Feel okay, a little tired. I just took a little nap for about a half hour. Rested my eyes, you know. I didn't bring earplugs or an eye mask, so I didn't really sleep that well, but when it was daylight, I didn't really want to sleep because, you know, you want to see the scenery. But anyways, before we go, let's preview the next video, which is the main reason that I came to Charlotte in the first place. And join us next time as we fly on board one of America's newest airlines, Avelo Airlines. We'll fly on board Avelo on their inaugural flight from Concord, North Carolina, near Charlotte, to Wilmington, Delaware, a suburb of Philadelphia. Find out if this is America's best low-cost carrier. Hello, Avelo, I guess? Well, we'll find out in next week's video. But anyway, let's head back to the seat. We're almost in Charlotte.
Charlotte, North Carolina, a little less than 25 minutes away.
Now let's talk cost. For today's train ride, I paid $86 to travel from Philadelphia to Charlotte, which isn't too bad, being that it's a 12-hour train journey. And after 12 hours and 57 minutes of travel, we've reached our destination of Charlotte, North Carolina. 30 minutes late. Not bad in Amtrak terms. As we head into the station, here's some brief history. This station was opened by the Southern Railway in 1962 and was actually Charlotte's second station served by the Southern. The station still stands today and is served by Amtrak on their Carolinan and Piedmont trains. And good evening from the Residence Inn Charlotte City Center here in downtown Charlotte. I have a pretty great room here. It was very busy at the train station, so I didn't want to end the video there. So I figured I would come up to my room and discuss everything here. So what did I think of the train? Well, I thought the train was nice. I think anytime you get on a train, for me at least, it's always relaxing, you know? I mean, it's just so relaxing just taking the train. I also have to give a shout out to the crew. The crew from Philly all the way down to Charlotte were fantastic. They did not want to do anything but help you. If you needed anything, they were there for you. Any questions you had, they tried to go out of their way to help you. So what can be improved? Well, number one, I think these trains really need to use the Amfleet 2 consist. The Amfleet 2 consist for coach has wider seats, they recline further back, and they have a footrest, which helps with that recline. I mean, this is a 12-hour ride, 13 from New York. It would really help the user experience, and I just think all in all it would be more comfortable. And secondly, this is a big nitpick for me, but I think it needs to be said. I really wish Amtrak would just do assigned seating for everybody, regardless of where you're sitting on the train. Number one, it would help people that book their tickets way in advance like I did 2 months ago, be able to pick what seat they want and have a window. But most importantly, number two, it would help with the boarding at the stations, because every time we'd pull into a station, there would be a big fiasco on where's their seats, and people would be going up and down the car just trying to find these seats. Whereas if they had assigned seats, they could just say, I'm in car 4, seat 7A, you know? That's just my opinion on this. Well, here's one more view of downtown Charlotte. There's the Spectrum Center. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate you sticking through to the end. And most importantly, for watching my videos. If you haven't already, if you could do me a huge favor, click that subscribe button. I'm really trying to grow my following here on YouTube, and your support would be tremendously appreciated. But with that, I'm going to head on over to bed. Thank you for watching. God bless. I'll see you next time. Oh, and hello, Avello. Don't know what that means? Tune in next time to find out. Take care. See you soon.